Am I the asshole for filing a report against my coworker after I found him looking through my purse? There's this coworker, Martin, 31 male, who always forgets where he leaves his stuff. He always forgets his phone charger at home and borrows mine to use. I don't mind lending him my charger. He's a nice person and I love maintaining a good relationship with my coworkers. Especially male coworkers. The other day, I was in the restroom, then when I walked back into the office, I saw Martin with both hands inside my purse literally looking through it. I was shocked. I have highly personal stuff that I carry in my purse. I freaked out and snatched my purse out of his hands asking what he was doing. He got nervous and said he was looking for my charger. I asked why he thought it was okay for him to look through my purse and he said that, since I always lend him my charger, then he thought I wouldn't mind if he looked for it in my purse when he couldn't ask me because I was out of the office and he needed it right then. I told him he violated my privacy and disrespected my boundaries. I went and filed a report with the company's headquarters after telling them what happened. They said it was unacceptable and promised to deal with it. Martin got in trouble for this and he and my coworkers were pissed, saying I overreacted and went way overboard by reporting this situation. My female coworker told me to get over myself and stop crying victim over a simple misunderstanding. I felt very guilty after this. Now I think I might have blown this out of proportion and overreacted. Hold the fuck up. I've been married as long as Martin has existed. No way in hell am I going into my wife's purse. If I need something, I bring her the purse. I don't care if she tells me to go ahead and get something out of her purse. It seems like a respect thing. Her purse is her personal space. Interesting enough, I tell her to get cash out of my wallet and she brings me my wallet. I would expect to be fired if I was caught red-handed in a coworker's purse. Male or female, I would expect to be walked off the property. I'm exactly the same way. To the letter. I am happy to read there are others like me. I'd never go through my wife's purse. It's a breach of trust. Not the asshole. Martin could have waited 5 minutes. No one should be going through your personal belongings. I know it probably doesn't help if your coworkers are all on Martin's side, but you are in the right. Yeah, not the asshole. It seems a bit ridiculous that people would not understand, as if they never had their privacy violated before, or seen samples of it. It doesn't have to be egregious. I doubt anyone would start looking through people's cupboards and drawers while visiting someone else's home. Sounds more like the coworkers were just using the situation for social points rather than any moral position. I am pretty sure they have lines as well, and it's not inconceivable to anyone who's not self-centered that a purse which houses typically personal information, personal items, credit cards, etc. would be off limits to others without permission. I personally feel uncomfortable going into purses even if my so ask me to. If they still don't feel that way, ask them if they would be okay if you slipped under the bathroom stalls to have a conversation with them while they poop. I mean, get over yourself, everyone poops, right? Note. Don't actually do this to someone. Not the asshole. Martin needs to learn personal boundaries. Everybody else at your work does too. I've never worked at a place where people would consider it appropriate to go through other people's personal property like that. If a male employee went through a female employee's purse at my current place of business, the reason why wouldn't matter. He would be, rightly, ostracized for it. That's the behavior of thieves and perverts. That's also why the company is backing you on the matter. What he did is just not acceptable. Anybody going through a purse or backpack that wasn't theirs, male or female, it'd be like sticking a hand in your pocket without your permission. Not the asshole. I wonder if your coworker would be happy if he was rummaging in her handbag instead of yours. I'm calling it 0% chance female coworker would have been okay with it if it was her purse. I have absolutely nothing interesting in my purse, so I have the reverse situation. I will ask someone to hand me something from my purse and they gingerly hand me the whole thing instead. It doesn't bite, bro, just give me the damn lip balm. However, I still have enough social awareness to recognize that just because it isn't a big deal to me doesn't mean it shouldn't be a big deal to anyone. So I don't go rifling through people's belongings. Not the asshole. Since you overreacted, I would just start going through my coworkers' purses and see if they feel like it's no big deal, then. What is going on in the world that adults think they have the right to plunder through other people's belongings and then play victim when they are punished for it? Also, if Martin forgets his charger every day, at some point you have to say no and make him buy his own or bring one from home. He is not forgetting, he is suing on you to take care of it for him. Don't go through anyone else's purse. Violating their privacy to make a point is still wrong and would invite repercussions. I think the point could be made rhetorically. asking how they'd like it if someone rifled through their purse, without actually doing it. If they say it's no big deal, I'd press it farther and ask them to hand over their purse, or backpack, or phone, or similar personal item. Not the asshole, and your coworkers and Martin are delusional. I had to convince my own husband, 13 years together, so this is not a new request, that when I ask him to get me something from my purse, it's okay to go into my purse. He still will only do it if I am driving and need to switch to my sunglasses. Otherwise he just brings me whole purse to me. He's either very respectful or possibly worried that he's going to get lost in there and eaten by the Minotaur. How did you know about the Minotaur? ? My mom used to ask me to bring her things from her purse all the time. There were several narrow escapes. Not the asshole and fucking what? Who is sticking up for this shit rat? HR said it was unacceptable because it's not fucking acceptable, ever. Also, he claims he was looking for original poster's charger. But for all we know, he could have been trying to get her address to stalk her. Or to borrow some money because he'd forgotten his and she was always so nice. I suspect the story was true, but the guy had no understanding of boundaries and likely he'd expect more from her over time. Or borrow prescription medication. Not the asshole. So inappropriate for anyone to go through anyone's purse. You did the right thing. I won't even go through my mom's purse when she asks me to grab something. I bring the whole bag and hand it to her. Good on you for reporting it, original poster. You didn't know what he was doing. He said it was for the charger, but it might not have been. It is so rude and violating to go through someone's bag like that, and you're not crying victim, you are a victim. What he planned on doing would have been theft. I'm glad your workplace took it seriously too. Don't feel guilty, you 100% did the right thing. Not the asshole. Are you allowed any personal space at your job? If you have a desk key, you might want to start locking up your stuff. Wow, huge violation of your privacy. I had a colleague who I once asked why they have a locked phone. Years ago it wasn't as popular. They said it's because a person who worked there who liked checking people's phones. Instead of reporting this, they locked the phones. The issue I have with it is you have to go out of your way and person stays untouched. I get that. In this case though, the person has been reported. If it were me, I would feel very uncomfortable leaving my stuff out from now on. Not the asshole. Peeved. I am disgusted by your coworkers. You did nothing wrong, original poster. Martin was disrespectful going into your purse. Not the asshole. He should never have done that and should have just waited or asked someone else's to borrow a charger, or better yet bring his own. Not the asshole. What a fuck gives anyone the entitlement to go through someone's personal belongings to get something without asking just because you've loaned it to them before without problem? Yeah, that's just breathtaking. You saved me in a pinch, so your stuff is mine now. Not the asshole. Tell your female coworkers that if they are not ready, right then and there, to hand their purse over to him so he can dig through it, they don't get to tell you that you overreacted. And hold to it. Hand your purse to him and tell him to dig through it. No removing tampons, no taking out medicine, nothing. Right here, right now. If you aren't comfortable with him doing that, then you don't get to say a thing to me about not wanting a man rummaging through my personal stuff. He may not have done it maliciously, but it was stupid and thoughtless, and he should be grateful that you didn't push to get him fired. Not even my husband digs through my purse, although I honestly wouldn't care, because it's personal. This wasn't pulling open a desk drawer at the office that he knew you kept it in and that you'd given him the okay for. This was digging through your personal belongings. Not okay in the slightest, and if he wasn't bright enough to pick up this basic fact around the age of 5, you definitely needed to have someone higher up clue him in. Not the asshole. That's a huge violation of your privacy, and his excuse is weak at best. He could have asked someone else or just simply waited until you got back to your desk, office. Info. Why do you love maintaining a good relationship with your coworkers? Especially male coworkers. It's the especially male coworkers that I need clarification on. I see Op's point about that. I've never had a female coworker physically assault me or stalk me or retaliate against me because they didn't like me, but I have had a male coworker do that.